syntax is wrong. What else is new? Okay, well that was annoying because it was giving me an error message for the function that we weren't even working on, the sign up function, because I was returning just an object instead of a function, and then I thought it was up here, so that's super annoying. Anyway, it's probably best to just comment stuff out that you're not working on. It's not done yet. So we have our login function. We're pulling in email and password from getState.user. And then we're just console logging the response we get back from Firebase when we try to sign in with an email and password with that email and password. So we're just going to do email test.com gibberish, and we're getting an error. So that's good, because one thing I do want to point out is when you're doing async wait functions, another good practice is, before we had .catch, the way we do that with ES7 is to try and then catch, and that catch will return something, so we can just return E and it'll alert that error. So we're just going to put all this functionality in the try block. If that try block fails, it'll go to catch, and then it'll console log that error, or in our case, alert us of the error. So test.com gibberish. Undefined is not an object. Let's see what we're doing. So we're just going to console log our email and password to make sure we're getting the right stuff. Test.com gibberish. And let's check out what we're console logging. I guess another way is to just go to our application. See, this part's a little annoying because we're logging everything, so it's a little hard to find what we're actually console logging. So I'm just going to take off the logger real quick. So it's not always helpful. So test.com and then password. Actions must be plain objects. Use custom middleware for async actions. Okay, so at least that gives us a very, very detailed error message. I actually haven't seen that before. And so we're gonna have to dispatch something from this. So dispatch is a function. And then I believe can't find variable Firebase. Okay, so that was the error. We have to be able to dispatch something. So since we're not returning just a payload, this is the thunk middleware in action. So once we do this async function, we have to pass in dispatch and get state. Right now we're just console logging, but typically we would dispatch another function or dispatch something to return. So you could do like, instead of, since we're not returning a typical type and payload, you could do like dispatch, and I believe the syntax is type. So you could just do the same exact thing in here, and then this that does the same functionality. So this is thunk middleware. Since we're doing these complex functions, we're not just returning stuff, we have to do dispatch instead of just return a type payload. So that's what we're going to get to eventually. So to make it not from erroring out, we're just going to pass it through and then console log the response. Hopefully we can finally get this working. Test.com, password, login. Can't find variable Firebase. We forgot to import it. One more time. We're not going to get successful, but we are going to get this user does not exist. That would be a successful call. There we go. Okay. A good error. There is no user record corresponding to this identifier. The user may have been deleted. So we're trying to log in with someone that hasn't even signed up yet. So if we change that to create user with email and password, test@test.com, password, and then log in, we will have successfully created our user in Firebase. Let's reload this. So there's our user, test@test.com, and then if we change it back to sign in with email and password, test@test.com, password. There we go. So we're not actually doing anything yet, so we're just console logging the response. You'll see the response right here, and you could know that this was successful. Here's where we're console logging our email and password, and then these are the fields we get back as a response. Is new user false, because we've already created an account. And then the user API key, and what we really want is this object. So we have our email down here, and then user ID. So this UID is what's created from Firebase, and then this long thing of numbers, letters, and everything is what we're going to use to identify each particular user, because that's unique to their user once they log in. So everything we do from posting, commenting, messaging, liking will be attached with this UID. And so in the next episode, we're going to clean this up a little bit to actually be able to create a user in the sign up page, and then log in the login page, and then push that user to the home page once successful. So I hope you join me. See ya.